March 2018, question 5.5. We are given g of x, which is negative 4 cos x plus 30 degrees, and then we have questions. But then the moment you look at the function, you must be able to tell what you see and the changes that are there on the graph of cos x. So this is telling us, the negative 4 is telling us about the amplitude. That the amplitude is 4. And the negative is telling us that there is a reflection that has been done to the graph of cos x plus 30 degrees, 4 cos x plus 30 degrees. And then the 30 degrees is telling us about the horizontal shift. That is, it's a shift to the left of the graph of negative 4 cos x. Alright, then the questions 5.5.1, write down the maximum value of g of x. So the maximum value of g of x is simply coming from the amplitude. If we are to draw, we already know that the amplitude is 4. So the maximum for 5.1, maximum value of g of x is simply equal to 4, because this graph, it is a maximum of 4 and a minimum of negative 4. Alright, 5.2, determine the range of g of x plus 1. So we may start by writing the range of g of x. For g of x, our range, we have already identified the maximum, so it's greater or equal to negative 4, but less or equal to 4. So when we say plus 1, this is a vertical shift. So we are moving the graph upwards by 1 unit. That means the minimum is moving from negative 4, 1 unit up, that is negative 4 plus 1. Alright? That will be, so our y will be greater or equal to negative 4 plus 1, but less or equal to, this one will move up by 1 unit, that is 4 plus 1. So basically we are saying our y becomes now greater or equal to negative 3, but less or equal to 5. Then 5.5.3, the graph of g is shifted 60 degrees to the left. So shifting 60 degrees to the left, that is our p. So the effect of p, we see it when we add the 60 degrees to x. So just looking at the shift of 60 degrees, we are saying our negative 4 cos x plus 30 degrees. If we shift it 60 degrees to the left, we'll have negative 4 cos x plus 30 degrees plus 60 degrees. So this will give us negative 4 cos x plus 90 degrees. And realize that the examiner is very, very clever. They want to see if you are able to connect the concepts here. The moment you see x plus 90 degrees, it must remind you about cofunctions. So it will be very clever to realize this, so that you can now say cos x plus 90 degrees, we know that it is negative sine x. So this will be negative 4, and the reduction of this is negative sine x. So negative 4 by sine x will give us 4 sine x. So if we shift the graph 60 degrees to the left, this is what we get. And it's not all that the question requires, then reflected about the x-axis to form the new graph h. Determine the equation of h in its simplest form. So now, if we are to reflect this along the x-axis, what we are simply doing is to multiply our a by a negative. So we are basically saying, therefore, h will be equal to negative 4 sine x. We are reflecting this along the x-axis, so it's multiplied by a negative. That's how I can assist you on the interpretation of this question.